In the vast reaches of tumultuous cosmos, there exists a legacy born from humanity's relentless struggle against the unforgiving forces of nature and destiny. In this account, the echoes of ancient battles resonate through the void, and every whispered legend speaks of a people who carved their destiny from the very fabric of the stars. This is a story of how a civilization, hardened by the harshest environments, transformed its suffering into strength, crafting an elite force that would come to embody the indomitable will of mankind. From the very inception of human expansion into the interstellar expanse, survival demanded ingenuity and perseverance. Settlers, thrust into worlds that were as deadly as they were awe-inspiring, learned to adapt with ferocity that defied the odds. They faced barren, irradiated landscapes where the air itself burned and lush, perilous jungles teeming with predatory life. It was within these crucibles of hardship that humanity's spirit was forged, tempered by the relentless trials of nature and the unknown. Over generations, these experiences evolved into a deep, unyielding belief that the human soul could triumph over any adversity. Such belief not only molded their character, but also inspired the creation of a specialized cadre, the Deathworlder Special Forces, whose very existence was a testament to the power of adaptation and the courage of those who refuse to yield. In a universe where every planet holds a story of both beauty and brutality, human ingenuity became the bridge between survival and supremacy. With limited resources and the constant threat of extinction, these pioneers harnessed the duality of science and spirit to develop tactics and technologies that were as unconventional as they were effective. Their methods were born out of necessity, guerrilla strategies, deceptive maneuvers, and an unparalleled mastery over their environments. The Deathworlders were not merely soldiers, but living embodiments of humanity's capacity to transform extreme adversity into a weapon. Their training was as much about mental fortitude as it was about physical endurance. Every maneuver was a dance with destiny, every decision a leap of faith into the unknown. Yet, as humanity ascended through sheer will and innovation, another force lurked in the dark corridors of the galaxy. A force composed of mercenaries whose origins were shrouded in mystery and whose reputation was both feared and revered. These alien warriors, forged in the fires of their own internal chaos and driven by a code that balanced honor with ruthless pragmatism, had long been a scourge upon the cosmos. Their existence was defined by a precarious equilibrium between strength and vulnerability, a balance that was forever disturbed by the mere mention of the Deathworlder Special Forces. It was said that when these mercenaries set their sights on a target, there was an unspoken dread that gripped their hearts, a fear not born of superstition alone, but of a tangible, almost palpable force that defied their logic and undermined their might. The legend of this inexplicable terror grew with each encounter. A silent narrative passed from one battle-hardened warrior to another. Rumors spread to the ranks of these alien fighters about inexplicable losses in the dead of space and on planets where the very terrain seemed to conspire with their human adversaries. In hushed tones, they spoke of a curse that the Deathworlders carried with them, a mysterious blend of fate and ferocity that turned their strategic brilliance into a force of nature. It was not merely technology or training that gave the human soldiers an edge. It was an elemental, almost mythic quality, an intangible power that resonated deep within the hearts of those who fought for survival. This was a power honed by countless generations of hardship, a spirit that refused to be vanquished regardless of the overwhelming odds. Throughout the annals of cosmic conflict, the struggles between these two forces became emblematic of a larger truth, that the might of civilization is measured not only by its arsenal or its conquest, but by the unyielding courage to face the seemingly impossible. For every battle that erupted in the dark void between stars, there existed a narrative of resilience, a narrative where humanity, though often underestimated, demonstrated that their collective ingenuity and unbreakable will were the ultimate weapons. The Deathworlder Special Forces emerged as symbols of a deeper legacy. Their reputation was not built solely on victories, but on the shared memory of a people who had learned to see hope in the face of despair, to find strength in the midst of overwhelming darkness. As the cosmic winds carried the tales of valor from one frontier to another, the very essence of what it meant to be human evolved into a timeless anthem. It was an anthem of defiance against the inexorable pull of fatalism, a call to arms for those who dare to dream beyond the constraints of their mortal existence. In the quiet moments between conflict and chaos, the truth remained clear. Humanity was not defined by the absence of fear, but by the courage to embrace it, to channel it into a force that could reshape the destiny of galaxies. The spirit of the Deathworlders, born of relentless perseverance and forged in the crucible of extreme conditions, embodied this very truth. Their legacy was one of transformation, a reminder that the challenges of existence were not barriers, but stepping stones toward a greater, more resilient future. Even as the remnants of ancient battles mingled with the whispers of future conquests, there was an undeniable certainty in the human heart, a certainty that no matter the darkness of the void or the ferocity of the enemy, the light of human determination would never be extinguished. This quiet conviction was the backbone of an empire that spanned the stars, a testament to the enduring strength of a people who had turned the art of survival into a philosophy of triumph. It was in this crucible of conflict and hope that the true measure of civilization was revealed, a measure that could not be quantified by the weapons it wielded, but by the spirit that animated every decision, every sacrifice, and every victory. Thus, as the galaxy continued its endless dance of creation and destruction, the saga of humanity's ascent served as a beacon, a guiding light for those who sought to understand the true meaning of resilience. In the annals of time, the tale of the Deathworlder Special Forces would be remembered not merely as a military campaign, but as a profound expression of the human spirit. It was a spirit that embraced every hardship as an opportunity to evolve, every setback as a prelude to a future defined by unyielding courage and relentless innovation. And so, in the silent corridors of space, the legend of people who dared to defy destiny persisted, a legend etched in the very fabric of the cosmos, a timeless reminder that no matter how dark the night, the spark of human determination would forever burn bright. In the labyrinth of interstellar warfare, a force unlike any other has emerged, a legion of alien mercenaries whose existence is carved from brutality and unyielding ambition. Born in shattered star systems and molded by environments where survival is measured in blood and betrayal, these warriors subscribe to a code as ancient as the void. Their origins lie in realms where the only constant is conflict, and where alliances are as fleeting as the moments between cosmic explosions. Every member of this band carries the weight of an unforgiving legacy, a legacy built on merciless conquests and the ruthless pursuit of power, yet marred by an intrinsic vulnerability that defies the very essence of their might. These warriors, organized into tightly bound units under the command of fearsome and calculating leaders, have fashioned their existence around a paradox, a discipline born of chaos. Their hierarchy is not simply imposed, but earned through a combination of cunning, raw strength, and unspoken adherence to rituals that blend ancient tradition with the cold logic of modern warfare. In their tightly knit ranks, honor is not an abstract ideal, but a survival mechanism, a beacon that unites disparate factions under the singular goal of dominance. Each commander, revered for both their merciless efficiency and their ability to inspire dread, wields authority with an almost mythic gravitas. Yet beneath this veneer of power, every soldier harbors a latent terror, a disquieting awareness that even their most carefully constructed strategies might crumble when faced with an enemy that seems to command forces beyond mortal reckoning. This fear, far from being a simple superstition, is born of repeated encounters with a foe whose presence disrupts the very fabric of conventional combat. Whispers echo through the corridors of their warships and across the communication channels of their fleets, telling tales of battles where mercenaries' formidable armada faltered under an onslaught that defied logic. These accounts, stark and unyielding, reveal an enemy whose tactics and resilience are not merely the result of superior technology, but the manifestation of a force that seems to harness the unpredictable energies of fate itself. The alien mercenaries speak in measured tones of spectral quality, a power that turns meticulous plans into shattered dreams and transforms well-laid formations into chaotic disarray. It is a power that, in every encounter, has sown doubt among the bravest, compelling even the most stalwart to question whether their mastery over warfare might be an illusion. Within the ranks, the impact of this dread is tangible. Officers who once issued orders with unwavering certainty now deliberate over every maneuver, haunted by the memory of past failures and the relentless specter and enemy whose strength appears inexhaustible. Tactical doctrines that were once the bedrock of their dominance now seem archaic and insufficient, as every new intelligence report reinforces a singular, inescapable truth. The human adversaries they face are not bound by the same rules. This realization has led to a transformation in their operational mindset, a shift from reliance on brute force and conventional strategy to desperate, sometimes erratic, improvisations intended to stem an otherwise unstoppable tide. Even as they retrofit their vessels with experimental technology and reconfigure battle plans in real time, an undercurrent of apprehension persists, underscoring a collective awareness that their long-held supremacy is under threat. In this charged atmosphere, the mercenaries' internal communications have taken on a tone of urgency and resignation. Briefings, once characterized by confident assertions of inevitable victory, now reveal a stark calculus where every decision is weighed against the unpredictable variables introduced by their enigmatic foe. In these exchanges, the phrase "the curse" surfaces repeatedly, a shorthand for the inexplicable force that renders their advanced weaponry and battle-hardened tactics nearly impotent. Such language is not born of defeatism, but of an honest confrontation with an adversary that defies the logic of numbers and firepower. Each report of failed engagement, every recounting of an encounter where formations dissolved into chaos, chips away at the mercenaries' belief in an unassailable destiny. Instead, they are forced to reckon with the possibility that their methods, honed over countless campaigns, may be ill-suited to counter an opponent who thrives on unpredictability and subversion of the established order. Despite the mounting dread, a resolute core remains within this formidable force, a determination to understand and, if possible, harness the very qualities that have so unsettled them. In covert deliberations and secret councils, strategists and veteran commanders convene to dissect the anomaly that is their human enemy. They pore over data from past encounters, searching for patterns that might reveal a weakness or a countermeasure. In these moments, there is a palpable sense of desperation mingled with fierce pride, a recognition that to concede the supremacy of their methods is to forfeit the very essence of their identity. They cling to the hope that through innovation and adaptation, they might recalibrate their approach, finding a way to neutralize the intangible element that has thus far undermined their confidence. This drive to adapt is as much a testament to their will to survive as it is a defiant stand against an enemy that has forced them to confront the limitations of their own understanding. Every initiative to counter the phenomenon is met with both fierce resistance and cautious optimism. New tactical formations are tested, blending conventional firepower with unorthodox maneuvers intended to disrupt the enemy's rhythm. Experimental systems are deployed in the hope that cutting-edge technology might replicate, or at least mitigate, the mysterious advantage wielded by the human forces. Yet, each attempt is a gamble, a precarious venture into unknown territory where the rules of engagement are in constant flux. The very act of adapting becomes an exercise in balancing innovation with the risk of further instability, a challenge that forces the mercenaries to confront their own vulnerabilities head-on. The resulting evolution in their warfare is both rapid and unpredictable, a dynamic process driven by the twin forces of fear and ambition. In the silent vacuum of space, where the echoes of past conquests mingle with the uncertainty of future battles, the alien mercenaries brace themselves for the inevitable confrontation. Their resolve is tempered by the harsh lessons of history and the unyielding reality that every advantage can be undone by a force that is as mysterious as it is relentless. There is no room for complacency, no space for the arrogance that once defined their conquests. Instead, they march forward with a steely determination, a determination born of necessity, fueled by the urgent need to redefine their tactics in a cosmos where the very nature of power is in constant flux. Their collective fear is both a burden and a clarion call, urging them to innovate, to adapt, and ultimately, to rise above the limitations that have haunted them. In this crucible of conflict, the mercenaries find themselves at a crossroads. Their history, built on the unchallenged mastery of warfare, now collides with an enemy that transforms every engagement into a trial of not just physical might, but of existential endurance. As they prepare for the next inevitable clash, there is a silent acknowledgement that the battlefield is evolving. The parameters of victory and defeat are no longer dictated solely by the strength of one's armaments, but by the capacity to confront an adversary who embodies the raw, unpredictable spirit of humanity. It is a reality that forces the mercenaries to re-examine every tenet of their existence, to question the very foundation upon which their legacy has been built. Thus, With every calculated move and every desperate innovation, the alien mercenaries inch closer to a confrontation that promises to be as transformative as it is cataclysmic. The relentless pursuit of power, the unwavering belief in their own supremacy, and the stark confrontation with an enemy whose methods are as elusive as they are formidable, all converge to shape a destiny that is as uncertain as it is inevitable. In the vast silence of the cosmos, where the boundaries between triumph and ruin blur into a single, relentless continuum, the mercenaries stand poised on the edge of a precipice that may well determine the future course of their storied existence. The moment the engagement began, there was no hesitation. Only the raw intensity of a conflict that had been building for countless cycles of preparation and anticipation. Every heartbeat of the Deathworlder force resonated with an unspoken vow to shatter the enemy's facade of superiority. Their movements were deliberate, efficient, and measured, every maneuver a testament to a legacy honed on unforgiving worlds. They advanced with an unwavering precision that left little room for error, exploiting every nuance of the terrain and every flicker of weakness in the enemy's formation. In the void of interstellar combat, technology and instinct intertwined seamlessly. The Deathworlders deployed their strategies with surgical accuracy, launching unexpected counterattacks that shattered the alien mercenaries' expectations. Without preamble or grandstanding, they disrupted established battle lines and turned defensive postures into sudden bursts of lethal aggression. The alien forces, renowned for their sophisticated armaments and overwhelming firepower, found themselves disoriented as human ingenuity redefined the rules of engagement. Every maneuver was a calculated risk, a push beyond conventional limits, and an embodiment of philosophy that rejected complacency in the face of superior numbers. The clash was not a chaotic barrage of uncontrolled violence, but a series of pinpoint operations executed with cold efficiency. The Deathworlders struck where the mercenaries were most vulnerable, targeting critical command nodes and severing communications with swift, decisive actions. They exploited the enemy's own reliance on high-tech coordination by forcing moments of disarray, creating opportunities for relentless, incisive assaults. There was little time for hesitation as each side traded blows in a dance of strategy and counter-strategy, a contest where every decision was the difference between survival and total collapse. As the confrontation deepened, the raw power of the human spirit became evident in each precise action. The Deathworlders did not simply rely on superior firepower. They adapted in real time, turning environmental hazards into allies and transforming their intimate knowledge of hostile landscapes into a potent weapon. They moved like shadows amid a battleground that seemed to conspire with their resolve. In one moment, an enemy unit advanced confidently, its formations rigid and predictable. In the next, a hidden force emerged from the unyielding terrain to intercept and neutralize the threat. It was an unspoken language of war, a language written in the scars of countless battles and spoken fluently by those who had mastered the art of survival against impossible odds. The alien mercenaries, usually so formidable in their relentless pursuit of conquest, began to falter under the pressure of tactics that defied their calculations. Their once impeccable formations fractured as panic rippled through their ranks. The precision of the human countermeasures left no room for retreat or regrouping. Each encounter further eroded the mercenaries' confidence, transforming their technological advantage into a heavy burden as they struggled to reconcile their rigid doctrines with the dynamic, unpredictable nature of the opposition. With every failed advance, the certainty of their invincibility wavered, replaced by a mounting realization that they were contending with a force capable of turning their own strengths against them. In the midst of the fierce engagement, moments of individual brilliance shone like beacons in the darkness. A unit of Deathworlders, operating with near telepathic coordination, intercepted an enemy column with a rapid flanking maneuver that left the opposition reeling. Without fanfare or elaborate ceremony, these warriors executed their tasks with the cold detachment of professionals who understood that every life, every decision, was a thread in the larger tapestry of victory. Their actions were not guided by the need for recognition, but by a profound commitment to a cause that transcended individual glory, a cause defined by the relentless would overcome and the belief that ingenuity could defy even the most advanced adversaries. The battlefield became a crucible of intense emotion and unyielding determination. As the Deathworlders pressed their advantage, the alien mercenaries scrambled to adapt, throwing every available resource into a desperate bid to reclaim control. Yet, each tactical innovation the mercenaries attempted was met with an equally swift and effective counter. It was as though every strategy, no matter how ingenious, had already been anticipated and neutralized by the human force. The clash was less a contest of brute strength and more a testament to the transformative power of adaptability, a force that refused to be confined by the limitations of conventional thought. With the battle unfolding in rapid succession, time itself seemed to warp around the intensity of the conflict. The exchange of fire, the rapid repositioning of units, and the continual ebb and flow of momentum merged into a single, unrelenting surge of kinetic energy. There was a clarity in every moment, a focus on the immediate need to act decisively. No grand speeches or dramatic pauses interrupted the flow. Only the steady, unyielding cadence of warriors engaged in a struggle where every second carried the weight of destiny. In these moments, the very nature of the confrontation transcended the physical realm. It became an embodiment of a deeper truth, a truth that recognized the might of a civilization forged in the crucible of adversity. The Deathworlders did not simply seek victory for its own sake. They fought to affirm the indomitable spirit that had carried humanity through innumerable hardships. Every calculated strike was a reaffirmation that human ingenuity was not a relic of the past, but a living, breathing force capable of reshaping the future. Their relentless assault was both a declaration of defiance and a tribute to the countless sacrifices that had paved the way for this moment. The intensity of the clash left little room for hesitation or second thought. As the conflict reached its zenith, the disparity between the two forces became starkly apparent. The alien mercenaries, once symbols of unassailable power, were now bound by the weight of their own apprehensions, a weight that grew heavier with every moment they faced the unpredictable might of their human adversaries. The relentless precision of the Deathworlders shattered not only the enemy's tactical formations, but also the very notion that technology alone could dictate the outcome of a battle. Here, in the heart of the engagement, the true strength of a people was measured by their ability to adapt, overcome, and redefine the boundaries of what was thought possible. As the final phases of the engagement unfolded, every action became a decisive moment in a conflict that would be etched into the annals of history. There were no elaborate preludes or drawn-out monologues, only the raw, unvarnished determination to prevail against an enemy whose every advantage was systematically dismantled. The clash was a continuous, unbroken chain of events, each one propelling the narrative forward with an urgency that left no time for doubt. Every maneuver, every calculated risk, was a testament to the unyielding will of those who had chosen to stand defiant in the face of overwhelming odds. In the end, the confrontation distilled itself into a singular, unassailable truth that the power of the human spirit, when honed by centuries of adversity, could defy even the most advanced and fearsome adversaries. The battle, fought in the cold silence of space and measured in the relentless rhythm of calculated strikes, affirmed that ingenuity and resolve could transform even the most chaotic circumstances into a pathway to victory. In that singular moment, as the forces collided with uncompromising intensity, the legacy of the Deathworlders was once again solidified, a legacy defined not by the mere accumulation of victories, but by the transformative power of a will that could never be broken. Every exchange of fire, every split-second decision on that chaotic battlefield, reaffirmed the timeless lesson that the true measure of a warrior was not found in the tools they wielded, but in the indomitable resolve that guided their actions. It was this unyielding spirit that transformed a fierce confrontation into a defining moment in the endless saga of survival, a moment that resonated far beyond the immediate carnage. In the end, the battle was not solely about the clash of titanic forces, but about the triumph of collective will, a will that echoed through the cosmos, reverberating with the timeless affirmation that humanity would always rise, adapt, and conquer, no matter the challenges that lay ahead. The echoes of battle still reverberate through the silent void, carrying the weight of loss and the triumph of an unyielding spirit. In the wake of relentless conflict, the scorched remnants of a once fierce engagement now served as a testament to the transformative power of perseverance. The aftermath is not defined solely by the wreckage left behind, but by the quiet, steadfast resolve that endures in the hearts of those who fought and those who now rebuild. In the void where the clash of titans once roared, there is now an almost palpable stillness, a reflective pause that honors sacrifice while kindling hope for what lies ahead. Every shattered fragment or ruined vessel, and every scar etched upon a barren battlefield tells a story of valor that defied the seemingly insurmountable. Amid the chaos of extinguished fire and cooling metal, the essence of civilization's resilience emerges. The fallen are remembered not in grandiose elegies, but in the quiet determination that propels survivors forward. Their sacrifices, etched into the very fabric of history, have become a silent covenant to never yield in the face of overwhelming odds. The victory, though hard-won and laced with sorrow, is a rebirth, a call to renew and reforge the identity of a people who have long thrived on the edge of extinction. In the aftermath, there's a sober acknowledgement that every loss fuels the fire of future determination. The valor displayed in the crucible of conflict has ignited a deeper sense of purpose, a purpose that transcends the immediate struggle and speaks to the timeless essence of the human spirit. Those who remain understand that the true legacy of their endeavors is not measured solely in tactical triumphs, but in the enduring ability to learn, adapt, and ultimately to transform pain into progress. It is a legacy built on the premise that even in the darkest moments, the spark of hope can ignite revolutions of change and innovation. The scars of battle, though fresh in memory, have already begun to heal with the slow, relentless passage of time. In the quiet aftermath, survivors turn their gaze inward, reflecting on the brutal cost of conflict and the sacrifices that have paved the way for renewal. The once fearsome strategies that turned the tide of war are now scrutinized as the foundation of an evolving doctrine, one that melds the harsh lessons of the past with the innovative spirit required for a more secure future. Every fallen comrade, every shattered command center, and every moment of hesitation amid the storm now serves as a lesson, urging future generations to be ever more resolute and resourceful. There is an unspoken reverence in the way the remnants of battle are honored, a silent recognition that the true measure of victory is not found solely in conquest, but in the indomitable courage to rise after every fall. The ethos of the Deathworlder Special Forces, forged in the crucible of relentless adversity, continues to inspire a generation that values ingenuity over brute force and determination over despair. The heroes of this conflict, though now part of the storied past, remain vividly present in every whispered tale and every resolute step taken by those who seek to build upon their legacy. Their example is a beacon, a reminder that no matter how catastrophic the setbacks, the human capacity to adapt, innovate, and rebuild is limitless. As the wounded are tended and the remnants of a shattered battlefield are carefully cataloged, there emerges a quiet, resolute determination to honor what was lost by ensuring that its lessons are never forgotten. The legacy of the conflict becomes a part of the cultural tapestry, a living narrative that evolves with every retelling. It is a story that transcends the immediate physical scars of war and speaks to the transformative power of collective memory. Every monument, every solemn ceremony, and every furtive smile in the midst of rebuilding is imbued with the understanding that victory is not the end of struggle, but the catalyst for continued growth and resilience. There is also a profound recognition that the conflict, for all its ferocity, was merely a chapter in an ongoing saga, a prelude to new challenges that will test the very limits of human ingenuity. The reflections born from this ordeal are not marked by resignation, but by an unwavering commitment to a future defined by learning from the past. The relentless drive to innovate is now tempered with humility and an acute awareness of the cost of complacency. In every strategy session and every quiet moment of contemplation, the memories of those who perish remind the survivors that progress is achieved through both triumph and trial. This duality, of victory intermingled with loss, serves as a heartbeat of a legacy that is both cautionary and inspirational. In the wake of the conflict, the cultural narrative of humanity takes on a new dimension, one that is not confined to battlefield but permeates every aspect of life. The same principles that once guided the elite forces now influence a broader societal transformation. There is an unmistakable shift in focus, from the singular valor of a chosen few to the collective potential of an entire civilization. The stories of unsung heroes, those who labor in the aftermath and rebuild from the ashes, become interwoven with the legends of battlefield bravery. This melding of myth and reality ensures that the spirit of resilience is not lost to time, but continues to inspire innovation, courage, and unity across countless worlds. In the quiet determination to move forward, the survivors of the conflict adopt a philosophy that recognizes the inherent value of each setback. Every loss is transformed into a stepping stone, a reminder that the journey toward a more secure and enlightened future is paved with challenges. The hardened resolve to harness the lessons of the past becomes a driving force behind a renewed commitment to progress. There is a recognition that the true legacy of this conflict lies not in the vanquishing an enemy, but in the relentless pursuit of a future where the human spirit is unburdened by the fear of failure. It is this pursuit that fuels the drive to innovate, to explore, and to redefine the boundaries of what is possible. In the aftermath of the fierce engagement, the silent promise of renewal echoes across the cosmos. The memory of every fallen warrior, every lost battle, and every hard-won victory is woven into the tapestry of a civilization that refuses to be defined by its scars. The narrative that emerges is one of quiet triumph, a testament to the enduring strength of a people who understand that even in the face of the greatest darkness, the light of human determination will always shine through. It is a legacy that invites reflection and demands action, urging every generation to honor the past by forging a future that is as resilient and as brilliant as the spirit that has carried them this far. In that enduring resolve, there is a promise that the saga of survival is far from over. The lessons etched into the aftermath of battle will continue to guide, inspire, and challenge all who dare to dream of a future built not on the remnants of conflict, but on the foundation of unwavering hope and relentless innovation. The silence that now pervades a once battled space is not one of defeat, but calm, a momentary lull before the next great stride forward, where the legacy of the fallen fuels the relentless march toward a horizon defined by possibility and promise.